Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Clark, research analyst with Money Markets, here with your weekly marijuana market update. Make sure you do subscribe to our YouTube channel and get notified each and every time we do post a new video. Just click that subscribe button if you're not already, and then match that notification bell. And then you get notified every time we release up a new video. We've also launched our membership program on YouTube. Gives you even more access to cannabis market content. New videos, interviews with cannabis insiders, live chat with me, which we actually already did. And blog posts about movements in the cannabis market. So definitely do that. You can just click the join button, which is down on our YouTube homepage. Now, today I'm going to talk about a few things. One, I'm going to talk about the latest figures out on the number of cannabis users around the world, which is kind of interesting. And then I'm going to answer a reader question about a Canadian cannabis company. So first, let's talk about cannabis users. Now, the number of global cannabis users appears to be on the rise. In 2019, we reached a high of more than 200 million global users of cannabis. And this is pretty much those who have used cannabis in some form or fashion at least one time. Asia had about 61.5 million users, while the Americas, which include North, South, and Central America, as well as the Caribbean, had 59.1 million users. Now, while that seemed, it seemed like we could have reached a bit of a potential plateau considering the COVID-19 outbreak in 2020, but new data suggests we're actually getting more users. According to the latest figures from New Frontier Data, which is a cannabis data firm, there were about 268 million global cannabis users in 2020. That's a 34% increase in the number of users worldwide. Asia went from 61.5 million in 2019 to 93.8 million in 2020. That's a 52.5% jump. Jump in cannabis users. In the Americas, which is North America, Latin America, as well as the Caribbean, that number went from 59.1 million to 76.9 million. That's a 30% jump. Around the globe, basically, the number of cannabis users rose in every region. Additionally, there was about 4.4 million active medical cannabis patients globally, with 84% of those being here in the United States. Now, New Frontier suggests that number will increase to 6.5 million by 2025. Now, really, all this spells a much larger base of which cannabis companies can sell their products to. But it's important to point out that this is a global trend. And what this tells me is that because this is not just a trend that's here in the United States, it suggests that cannabis companies need to look to expand their retail reach to wider markets outside of just Canada and the U.S. It's very simple for us, especially as investors, just to think very narrowly at Canada and the U.S. But we've got to think about cannabis on a global scale, because more and more countries are legalizing cannabis. Mexico, there's some countries. Finland, I think, just recently had a parliamentary party recommend legalizing cannabis. So this is a global thing, and we have to keep that in perspective when we're thinking about investing. Now, I want to answer a question written by Lon. He sent his question to me at feedback@moneymarkets.com. That's where you can reach me. We'll put that right down there. He said, question about NLVVF, New Leaf Ventures. Pretty new and pretty cheap. What do you know about it, and where do you see it going in 1 year or 5 years? Thanks, Lon. Well, thank you for your question, Lon. I'm more than happy to look at the stock for you. Also, be on the lookout for an email from my team, as we're going to be sending you some Money and Market swag because we used your question. We'll talk more about that in just a bit. But now, New Leaf Ventures Incorporated trades over the counter in the United States. The ticker is NLVVF. It's based in Vancouver, Canada, and focuses on processing, packaging, marketing, and distributing cannabis and other products. It also it recently started offering cannabis-infused edible products under its brand name Goodies, and just launched Dama Hemp CBD branded products via e-commerce platform this quarter. The company also provides consulting, real property, equipment leasing, intellectual property licensing, and management services to other companies. And that arm of the company is focused primarily in Washington State. It does boast a 30,000 square foot cultivation, processing, sales, and distribution facility in Seattle. And Lon is right. It is a very new company. It was incorporated just in 2018. And that means there's not a lot of financial data here to base projections on. Now, in 2020, the company reported total revenue of just over $1.6 million. For the 12 months that ended June 30th of 2021, so this would be July 1 of 2020 to June 30 of 2021, that revenue was $2.2 million. This suggests the company brought in around $600,000 in total revenue for the first 6 months of 2021. Now, logic would tell us that the total revenue projection for 2021 would be between $1.2 million and $1.5 million, which is right around what it generated in 2020. Its gross profit margins in 2020 were about 43.2%. But for the 12 months ending June 30th of 2021, that margin actually dropped to 35.9%. Nearly earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, or EBITDA, went from a loss of $1.74 in 2020 to a loss of $2.44 for the 12 months ending June 30th. Now, after suffering a 54% drop in its share price from September 2020 to December of 2020, New Leaf Venture stock rallied along with the rest of the cannabis market. It reached a 52-week high of 59 cents per share in mid-February of 2021. That's about a 211% jump from its low in December. The stock bounced around at that point and at a point of resistance until it suffered a drop in March. It continued trading between 35 cents and 40 cents per share until August. Then it suffered the same headwinds as the broader cannabis market we've seen here of late, and fell back near its December 2020 low. It's trading now at about 21 cents per share currently. Now, the biggest thing here for me is that this is a very new company, as Lon said. It doesn't have much of a track record financially. It's tough for a new company to break into a packed market, and it's even tougher in the cannabis space. Also, factor in the cannabis sector is going through some whipsaws of ups and downs, making it even harder for a new company, especially when you look at its stock price. Our mantra here is buy high and sell higher, and that just isn't happening with the stock right now. New Leaf Ventures is currently only focused on Washington State, at least from what I can tell, which isn't a huge market to begin with. So until I see a better financial picture, a strong stock uptrend, and a more profound business plan, this would be one I probably wouldn't get into right now. I'd probably wait and see if the tide turns a little bit and see if New Ventures follows along with the broader cannabis market when that uptrend does happen. Now, I hope that answers your question, Lon. I do appreciate you sending it in. And again, look for an email from my team, as we're going to send you some money and markets gear for submitting your question. If you do have a question about a cannabis stock or the broader market, you can email me at feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. We'll flash that right down there, feedback@moneyandmarkets.com, or you can actually comment below here on YouTube as well. If you send us a question or post a question on YouTube or a video of you asking that question or testimonial and we use it, you're going to get free Money and Markets gear sent to you by us. Finally, I do encourage you to join our membership program here on YouTube. I provide weekly updates about stocks on our cannabis watch list, along with exclusive videos, including interviews with cannabis insiders and much more. Just click the join button down below on our YouTube channel and find out how you can hear more. There's also blog posts about cannabis investing news and a lot more on once you're a member. So I definitely encourage you to at least check it out. Now, we had another live chat on YouTube last week, and it went great. It was fantastic, and I appreciate everyone who joined in. We went about an hour and a half, if not a little longer, which is phenomenal. My voice started to give way a little bit towards the end, but it was great. We're going to do more. We're already planning our next event, so check back here on YouTube and find out more whenever we have that posted. You can also follow me on Twitter. I give you even more insight, not just about the cannabis market, but the broader market as well. You can find me. My Twitter handle is Invest with Matt C. That's Invest with Matt C on Twitter. And thanks to all of you who watch our videos each and every week. We do it because we want to bring you the best insights into cannabis and investing. If you have a cannabis stock you'd like me to look at, again, email me, feedback@moneymarkets.com. Also check out moneymarkets.com each and every day, where we post new content that provides safe, sound, smart, and simple profitable investment information just for you. I'm Matt Clark, research analyst for Money and Markets and host of the Marijuana Market Update. Until next time, everyone, safe trading.